And all right, Facebook world. Hope everyone's feeling good out there. We're going to give everyone a couple of minutes to tune in to listen to the sweet sounds of Ken Karsh here. And just a reminder to all those in the Zoom room, make sure that if you're also watching on Facebook, that you're not, that your sound is turned off so we're not feeding back here. But welcome, Facebook world. I hope you all are having a good Tuesday. I hope you had a great holiday weekend. Special welcome to the Pesach family that's joining us tonight. We got the mentors in the house. Let's unmute our mentors, see how we're all feeling out there in the world. How you guys doing out there? Mentors of Guitars Over Guns.
Good.
Everybody hanging in
Doing
there?
great.
Well,
Early Monday feeling Tuesday for everyone? Special
Nice
welcome
weekend.
to the Pesach family that's joining us tonight. All right. Jamie, make sure you mute your Facebook. Our mentors, see how we're all feeling out there in the world. Yep, there's always one. We're good. All right. Let's give everyone about one more minute here. I want to thank all of our favorite locally owned restaurants that are offering delivery and curbside pickup. I hope you all have been supporting local throughout this whole thing. But we definitely have Lil Greenhouse Grill in the house, Half Moon Empanadas, Ball and Chain, which I just heard is reopening this coming week, Taqueria Mexicana, Ceviche, Novecento, and special shout out and thank you to Sunset Corners, always providing wonderful wine selections. And I think we should get started here. I'm going to turn this down and welcome everyone. If you're just joining us or if you have joined us, everyone that's in Facebook world, do me a favor right now and share the feed on your page. Just click share. And let's try and get as many ears on tonight as possible because we have a really fantastic showcase. For those of you that don't know, my name is Chad Bernstein. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Guitars Over Guns. And if anybody is new to the organization, we are a arts-based youth development organization that uses music as a transformational vehicle to help youth in our most vulnerable communities reach their fullest potential. So I want to welcome everyone. Happy Tuesday. I hope you all had a wonderful Memorial Day. I hope it was reflective. I certainly know in my family it's a day of bittersweet appreciation, and want to just shout out all those who serve. And tonight we have, we're truly putting the guitar in Guitars Over Guns. We have our first ever guitar showcase, and I'm really excited about it. So I don't want to talk too much. I'm going to get us kicked off here. But if you are curious about anything that we're doing, who we are, any of that, you can definitely check us out at guitarsoverguns.org. And please, while you're on the page, go ahead and like Guitars Over Guns on Facebook and all the social medias. So I hope everyone out there is doing well. I think our mentors are all in the house and ready to go. And I'm gonna get us cranking here because first up, we have the one and only Mr. Mark Anderson joining us from Chicago. How you feeling tonight, Mark? First of all, you have incredible taste in hats. I just want to, off the bat, make sure that you're... Oh, we're having some...
All right.
There we go.
Am I unmuted?
You are unmuted and refrigerator free.
Refrigerator free, that's right. Yeah, no background noise tonight.
How's it going,
That's what
man?
sound
How you
checks are
feeling?
for, right? I'm good.
Absolutely.
A little nervous as always before I play, so yeah. But
I think that's like one of the most beautiful things, that we all get to reconnect in this weird virtual space. So like the nerves and the butterflies.
absolutely. Yeah, I
And
haven't felt it in a little while.
it feels just as good and just as terrible as always.
Yeah.
What are you playing for us tonight? You're stylistically like cover the entire spectrum from jazz to folk to classical to everything.
Yeah, I guess primarily a classical guitarist, but yeah, I like to play a lot of folk. Used to play a lot of blues. Tonight I'm gonna start off with a jazz tune. Actually, I'm gonna play La Vie en Rose,
Oh,
um,
nice.
which even though it's feeling a little like summertime in Chicago already, it's just a beautiful sort of spring kind of feel song. So I thought it would be a great way to kick off the evening.
We are more than making up with some spring showers of our own here. It's like literally constant in Miami. There's
Nice.
flash flood warnings all over. But we're inside
Yeah.
the shelter of of our homes here, and really happy to have you about to rock out for us. So without any further ado, man, start us off.
Cool. All right.
Yes, sir.
Mark, that was awesome.
Wow.
Absolutely awesome.
Mark, shake it off.
All right.
I said, I'm not going on.
Yeah.
Forget it. That's great, man.
That
Wow.
was amazing.
What a killing
Thank
way
you,
to
thank
start
you,
the
yeah.
night, man.
Absolutely wonderful. Yeah.
Oh man,
Ah.
I immediately, Mark, that was awesome.
Thank you.
I feel like that's kind of a culmination of all your worlds in one song. So in terms of like
Yeah.
style and vibe and all of that.
Yeah,
Um,
totally.
Man, I know you're missing your kids at Nixon right now in Chicago. Anything you want to
Totally.
say to shout them out?
Oh man. Um, well, I mean, we're gonna see him tomorrow in a session, so that'll be great. I mean, the beauty of the time we're in right now is we do still get some contact. It's not quite the same, but it's been really nice to be able to see them once a week in virtual sessions. And I don't know. I just wish we could be doing more with them. Yeah.
I think the thing, I know a lot of people out here are watching that may not have as much of a window into the organization, but you know, these concerts started as a series of fundraisers for the organization, for the musicians, because Guitars Over Guns never stopped. If anything, we went full throttle when all this went down to make sure that our kids had not only the access to music, but the access to their mentors and a place where they felt safe to kind of cope with all of this stuff. So just want to honor the commitment that you've made. And the other thing, and I want to make sure that either you correct me if I'm wrong here, that the Facebook world corroborates this, but I got an immediate flashback to Karate Kid, the movie. Is that not the song when Danny LaRusso is like waiting and he gets like the whatever spilled all over him? Isn't that the song? Mentors, are we on the line? Can we? Is it just me? Am I crazy?
I don't remember.
All right, well, I'm throwing that out. I'm throwing that out into the universe in hopes that somebody tells me if I'm right or wrong. But Mark, thank you so much, man. That was really beautiful.
It's my pleasure. Yeah.
Next up, we're gonna switch it over to Miami. We have probably our newest mentor in Rachel Angel, and you know, Rachel came onto the team recently, and is mentoring at Linda Linton for us. And are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Where are you? There you are. Hey, what's up?
I think a different person is spotlighted right now. I'm
Nice.
good. Yeah, I'm good. It's been great working for Guitars Over Guns. I forgot when I started, but it wasn't too long before we went into quarantine.
Yeah.
Maybe got
So
a couple months with the kids.
it was long enough that my relationship with you exists almost exclusively in a virtual space, and I haven't had the pleasure of like hearing you play live. But then on the sound check the other day, got a taste of you singing and playing, which is so like it gave me an internal warmth that our kids get to work with you, and just want to welcome you publicly to the family here. What are you playing for tonight?
I'm gonna play a song that's sort of a new song. I wrote it like 2 months ago. It's called Getting Closer.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You want to say anything about it? Or let's just get in it.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think the song speaks for itself.
Okay, fair enough.
All right, cool. Every time I get a little late, I feel a little closer to my fate. Took some time and now I'm finally
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Good,
That was
Rachel.
awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Love your voice. Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
what a,
you.
Yeah,
what
your
a,
voice is
yeah,
incredible.
yeah.
Oh man, that was
Sounded good.
That reminds me of home there.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, we
Wait,
talked
in
a
the
little bit
booth?
about that. when we met.
Some Appalachian mountain music right there.
Hell yeah. But I'm just a Miami girl, so it's all made up.
I love man. The song does speak for itself. I'm getting closer to myself and less to you. That is such a killing line.
Yeah, it's a great line.
Thank you.
Oh man, was that like a write itself song, or what was your process?
Yeah, I've had a new sort of process. I've been writing songs at like 6 in the morning. Like I've been waking up
Wow.
from sleeping, and like
musician?
I wrote that song in like 20 minutes. Just came out of
Yeah.
a dream. Yeah.
Wow.
Those for those. That's crazy that you say that. I had like a musical inspiration from a dream the other day as well. It's really wild when that happens because you wonder where it comes from, like what inspired it. Yeah. But for those of you out there in the world of Facebook and elsewhere, you know, the songwriting process can be years long, or it can be literally like it comes through you, like almost as if you didn't write it and it just comes out of you. And it's a
Definitely.
really amazing process when that happens. And that sounded as effortless to listen to and to hear you sing.
Thank you
as
so much.
Yeah, that was beautiful. And now we get to kick it to your partner in crime from
Hell yeah.
Lenton over here, for Mr. Bryce Bottomley. What's it like? Put you on the spot. What's it like working next to Bryce?
Oh, Rachel's gone.
Oh, Rachel's gone. I guess that says all we need to say, Bryce.
She ran from the question.
How you doing, man?
I'm great. I'm doing really well. Yeah, I mean, despite, not being able to leave the house too much, the rain has just been insane. And, I really look forward to getting outside every day. And it's kind of been a little
Not
bit,
lately.
but I've been able to sit inside and work on this guy for a little while this weekend.
That's good. Quick question to the Facebook world. What's your favorite rain-inspired song, either title or lyrics? Let's see if we got some good rain songs happening here. But Bryce, I also want to shout out the family. Your family unit has been super supportive during this entire pandemic and the showcase series. So shout out to the family, man.
Yeah, they've been pretty supportive to me too. So I do appreciate them. And yeah, they're invested. They really love the program just as much as I do.
Well, sending much love to Lori and David out there. And what are you playing for us today?
I'm going to play a jazz standard called When I Fall in Love.
Oh,
First.
kill it.
Yeah, so that'll be good. Yeah, so let's do this. Just want to make sure you can see the instrument here. Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Full B.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
Bryce, that was
man.
awesome.
Wow, wow, wow.
Killing, Bryce. Killing.
Thank you. That's one of my favorite songs, honestly, and I like just put it together this weekend because I haven't played it in a while, and definitely remember the first time I heard that. It was on Bill Evans' Portrait in Jazz. Just like totally mind blowing record for me, and really got me into jazz in the end. So I'm honored that I could play it for you guys.
Yeah, man.
I could
Thank
tell
you
your
so
commitment
much.
to it, definitely. Yeah, I could feel you, feel your spirit in it. I said that on the comment, but yeah, wonderful, man. But
Killing, man. Bryce, anything you wanna? I know we got some of the students out in the Facebook world joining us tonight. Anything you wanna say to your kids that I know you wishing we could all be together, but
We'll all get through this, I guess. We'll all see each other again, and there's uh, there's a lot going on in the world, and it's really quite sad sometimes. But all we can do is get through it ourselves in the end, and try and help as many people as we can, and do our part for our community.
yeah, man.
That's just like that's it, really.
Thanks, Bryce. Appreciate you.
You too.
Next, I want to bring my cousin Kenny Karsh to the fold here. So this is the guy that inspired me to pick up a guitar seriously and like get my jazz chord game together. And I remember we were at a family wedding, and I ended up renting like a Gibson hollow body guitar and just sitting and like our family events are so big. I can't remember how many people are in our family, but my wedding was like 300 people, and half of it was our side of the family. And I remember being at this, it was like a bar mitzvah or somebody's wedding or something. And I don't know if you remember that. I think it was like a Les Paul that we rented from somewhere. And I was just shedding in the like hotel room for hours. But man, it's so good to see you. And it's so good to see you with a guitar.
great to see you too.
How's it going?
It's going well. I'm just doing the online thing, and like everybody else, it's missing the contact. You're missing contact with students, but
But
glad we have technology.
You teach
Pardon?
with some of my friends and fellow Canes. You teach with
Yes,
Jason
absolutely.
Bush and Cassandra and the Slippery Rock crew.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
awesome, man. It's a small world.
Yeah, it's
So
a
I know
very small world.
I know we have a lot of our family on the line tonight, so I guess the floor is yours to address them and let us know what you're playing and why. And man, it's so good to see you.
It's good to see you too. And it's good. I saw your dad. I saw him pop
He's
in a
creeping
bit.
in his
And,
Zoom room. He's in there.
yep. Oh yeah, I see him. So the other side of this camera, you can't see all the buttons and things I have here, but I do a lot of loop recording, and I have been doing a whole lot of performances like that. And I'm going to do a tune of mine that's the title of my one of my CDs, the Conversations. And I thought I'd do this because we had talked about songs that would be appropriate. And the real backstory of the title of this is that a friend of mine's father was nearing the end of his life, and his kids asked him, Dad, what would you want to live for if you did have more time? And without hesitating, he said, the conversations. And I love that. It was and it's so, to me, that's appropriate with what's going on now, because we all have to keep talking. And whether it's online or for real, and we'll get through this. So that's what I'm going to do. So all
Awesome.
right.
Let's hear it.
So I guess here it is.
Yeah, cuz.
Yes.
Baby.
So smooth,
Wow.
man. The
Nice,
Zoom
Ken.
room became like the ultra lounge. That entire set. Everyone's over here grooving.
Cuz that was awesome.
Super killing, man. We can't hear you though.
Beautiful playing. Great setup too.
I'm sorry, I had to turn the mic on. I'm back.
Oh, nice.
I'm back. All right.
Man, that I took that. You know, I'm so glad you set that tune up the way that you did. You know, I think a lot of people in the world are dealing with loss of some sort right now, and you know, certainly our family is. And I took that song as like a call to action. You know, that there should be no excuse to reach out and have those conversations when you can, because they're just the things that we'll all remember. I really appreciate that, man, a lot. I think it meant a lot for all of us.
It was
Well,
beautiful.
I'm glad it did. I mean, it kind of represents, for me, it represents my, you know, immediately, you know, my kid, you know, my kids, Andy and my wife Andy, and our kids, you know, and it's a family thing, so it's pretty great. So
Yeah. And I know that you've been super active and super vocal. We've got a bunch of people chiming in on Rain songs. I'll let you all read the comments on the Facebook chat, but shout out to Rich, who's creating a record that's benefiting Guitars Over Guns, called Put Down That Weapon. It's a collection of South Florida artists that have come together to benefit Guitars Over Guns through recordings of songs. that all speak to kind of anti-violence, which is a really beautiful thing. So shout out to Rich, who's out there listening. Thanks, man, and had some really nice things to say about your playing, Kenny. You have one more in you? Would love to.
I mean, I could. I don't know how much time I have to do that.
I think the world wants to hear one more from Kenny. From Kenny Karsh, man. I mean, the thing that I'm really trying to restrain myself from is asking you kind of all the questions about being like the man guitar player in the organ trio era and like the Pittsburgh scene. But we have a whole after party to discuss that. Some,
yeah, we can talk about that, definitely. Okay.
We have close to 100 musicians that mentor kids in Guitars Over Guns, and currently during this part of the school year, we have like 60 or 70 professional musicians that are working with our students right now. And go trivia question for the Facebook world. Your best guess on how many mentors are guitar mentors working with students right now during the pandemic? Jelly Bean rules, closest to the answer wins, high or low. Unless you hit it right on, you get all the jelly beans. We'll send you a free shirt. But drop that in the Facebook comments because it's awesome, man. We're really proud of our guitar crew, and I know they're really inspired to hear you play. So what else you got for us, man?
Well, your aunt just kind of, I'm watching the Facebook feed, and I'm hoping this is going to work. I think it is. Can you hear that okay?
Oh, yeah.
Good. I just want to add a little bit of a, hope we can hear that. Okay, I can't refuse your Aunt Beth.
I
saw it.
I played it to appease my family before anything ever happened, so that I would at least have it in the beginning covered. But there's nothing like the live version, and I know you've got a lot of hardcore Beatles fans out in the audience, so please, please abide by the request.
Well, I also have a lot of love from my family, so I'm a pushover for this. You know that. So here we go. All right, Beth, this is for you.
Oh my God. Wow.
Yes.
Thank you, Ken.
Ken, that was awesome.
And I was
Thank you so much. Thank you.
There you go,
trying to
Ken.
grab screenshots of performances
Beautiful.
doing some of those runs. It was like I had the Zoom call on the grid view and play something. And it's so good to hear that again. I think I've probably played that for 1,000 people from the record, but it's always so good.
So
Thank
it
you.
went
At least
until
I can show I can still reproduce it.
Sergey fell asleep.
Kenny, I got to tell you, cuz there was a line. Probably Chad was 16 or 17 and wanted to be a musician.
I'm at home in my entertainment room.
Stephanie, mute your microphone, please.
Oh,
It's all right, Steph. I've been there. But anyway, cuz I got to tell you, this, first of all, looking across the board, and I'm seeing, in particular, I'm seeing Timmy and Phil and Russ Spiegel, who loves to play air guitar with whoever's playing because he just gets so absorbed. And at some point, he just put the guitar down. It's like, nah, not gonna happen. But I so distinctly remember at 15 or 16 when Chad was ready to become a professional, or at least he had certainly made every inclination to that. And I'll never forget you saying, Bobby, I really don't think that's a great idea. I mean, he might think he wants to be a musician, but nobody really wants to be a musician. Hardest life on the planet. Nobody ever is really willing to commit what they think is necessary. And I know how much you love your son. Tell him, bad idea.
And he did.
And he did. And you absolutely, I did, you did. And the reason I bring that up is because here we are today. Obviously, Chad made his own decisions. From the minute he actually made the decision, I don't think you could have ever been more supportive. I don't think you could have ever been more appreciative of how committed he was. But looking across this gallery, knowing we've got 90, whatever it is, musicians that act as our mentors, and every single one of them has that gene, has that fiber, has that, I know this is not a good idea. I don't care how many people tell me it's not a good idea, but I am committed. I am all in, all day, every day, 365, and they're bringing it for the benefit of their artistry, and even more so for the benefit of these kids. And in this time right now, man, you see it in spades. So I love you, brother. You are just such a gift to this world.
Thanks, cuz. And for those watching, just to provide some context, I mean, obviously, you know, that decision-making process is really, like, as a musician, one that you hear a lot of people really providing some like guidance around what feels like to me is like this. If this is something you can be talked out of, then you probably shouldn't do it. And if you're willing to silence all of that because you just know in your heart that that's the decision for you, then it's the best decision in the world. But if it's not at that level of commitment, then it's a really tough way to make it. And it is so inspiring to know that, you know, despite all the challenges that this current situation is presenting all of us with, that I've seen everyone in this organization and in the artist community double down and just recommit to themselves and to their practice and to their art and to the artistic community, and especially to the kids that we work with. And it is a truly beautiful thing. And it's, you know, it's not easy, but I don't think any of us would have it any other way. So I want to, you know, speaking of commitment, I want to introduce our next artist who is joining us from literally the other side of the world, Mr. Tim Jago, who is calling in from Perth, Australia for 8:30 a.m. Set time, which would be early if not for the 6 a.m. after school session that he gets up at 5 o'clock in the morning to do for his students in Miami while he's in Perth. And want to welcome Tim Jago to the Zoom room here. How you doing, brother?
Hey, doing good. Thanks for that. It's nice to hear that. It's great to see you guys, everyone, Chad.
It's great to see you too, man. And I know that you've been how many weeks have you been in Australia now?
It's been 5 weeks, a little over 5 weeks, or around about that. Yeah, I spent 2 weeks in isolation, where they put me in a hotel, and I had no fresh air, no anything. They gave us our meals. It was sort of like a prison sentence, but with the luxury of being able to make phone calls and do some stretching. That's about it. No physical activity. And then after that, I'm at my folks' place, my family's. This is actually the bedroom I grew up in, funnily enough. Now my dad's office. So it's kind of 360 sort of thing happening now.
Yeah,
it's
full
cool.
circle.
Yeah.
Well, please send my love to your parents and the entire family. I cannot believe that you did not miss a single session with your kids in that entire transition to Australia. And we have a special kind of presentation from you musically, and that is really to honor the Pesa family who's joining us here on the screen, and really to pay homage to the legacy of Yossi, who, man, my heart is with your family in such a profound way. I know we lost Yossi to brain cancer recently, and was a double major. For those of you who don't know, Yossi was a double major engineering student from UM, but his passion was really guitar and helping people. And the more I've learned about him through this entire process, and how much you all have told us that this would be the organization that he'd resonate so deeply with. Walker and I have been like trading YouTube links and videos and articles and all these things that all these people have written about him, while he was alive, and obviously in his passing, that have just been so inspiring, that we wanted to just thank you for bringing his legacy into our reality and allowing us to pay tribute to him. It was such a brilliant individual and such a beautiful spirit, and it's a strange thing to feel like you in some way know a person that you've never met, but I think that's a tribute to your family and all the joy and beauty that you allow to shine through in remembering him in what must be a totally tragic and difficult time. So just wanted to thank you all. Walker, I know we talked a lot about this, but what are some of the things that really inspired you about Yossi in the articles and the fundraising concerts and the things that you've kind of found out in recent weeks?
Yeah, you think about kind of what defines Guitars Over Guns with our mission and our vision, what we set out to do, and how mature kind of like of a mindset and understanding of who you are and who other people are it takes to really resonate with that. But that's something that Yossi was doing when seemingly he was 11 years old. Reading that story about the tsunami relief concert, one of his first bands, when I think he was 11, that he put on, the relief funds were sent over to Japan. The work he did engaging students with autism through the vehicle of music, supporting organizations that are serving as a bridge for women who grow up in foster care, kind of making that transition to adulthood. It just seems like he had this desire to support people and to see people for who they are and to bring people to whatever table and honor who they are and tell that story through the vehicle of music, which is what we're doing. And the mentorship side as well was something that he was doing in high school. So just so many parallels with who Yossi was and y'all's family with our organization, that we couldn't be prouder to honor him tonight. And y'all sent over Pesa family that video of him shredding some Hendrix. So Tim wanted to get some Hendrix in the show tonight and dedicate it to Yossi.
Yeah, and Amy, Ellie, Aria, and Eitan just please know what an honor and responsibility we take it to carry some small part of his legacy forward. It's a really beautiful thing that you've entrusted with us. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we feel very honored that you guys invited us to partake in this, and you know, it's an amazing organization that we feel very proud to be part of now. And you know, Yossi would have definitely loved to have been one of those mentors. I know, I'm sure, especially down at University of Miami. And his love for blues and rock with, you know, Hendrix and Page and the Stevie Ray Vaughan, you know, would have been something he would have loved sharing with the students, I'm sure. So thank you very much for honoring him.
Yeah, this one's for you.
Yeah, this goes out to Yossi and the family. Yeah, when I heard that story, I was yeah, it hit me right here. And I love that quote of Hendrix saying that the biggest challenges in the world can be overcome by music, basically, in any sense. So, yeah, I thought I'd give one of my favorites of Hendrix's a go. I guess it's fitting because I'm a lefty, so that's pretty good. Yeah, yeah. The one that I really like is Little Wing, so I'm going to wing that one. I don't really, you know, let's see how we go. I'll stand up, I think. How's it sound?
Tim.
Well done, Tim.
Tim, yeah.
Well done, Tim.
I wish I had my Strat with me or something. It's the only guitar I could bring overseas. So
Sounds great. What's that? Gibson sounds great.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you, Tim, and thank you to the Pesa family for joining us tonight. It really means a lot to all of us. And we want to keep it with the family vibes and certainly the vibes, and invite a good friend of the organization and a fellow Kane in Mr. John Splitoff, who has been an exciting person to watch take over the music industry over here.
Oh man, you're too
John,
kind.
fresh off of another virtual concert here. How you feeling?
Dude,
Double
thanks for
header.
having me, man.
The double header gig is a little bit different in the coronavirus era. But
Yeah.
thanks for.
Well, I just walked into the most sublime guitar playing I've heard in a long time. So it was great to just enter and be like, oh my God, this is absolutely incredible. So thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And I know that you've been crushing it all over the place. I know you're in New York, but recently played at Lollapalooza and got an EP coming out, what, next week or?
Yeah, a week from Friday. A little quarantine EP I made at this desk since this whole thing started. And yeah, it's just been, I'm in New York right now and haven't really left the apartment all that much, being the epicenter here, but it's, you know, it's kind of like that New York camaraderie mixed with like the New York, like everyone's on edge, you know.
We're already on edge, but yeah, that's
right.
Man, probably good that you're staying out of the fray and staying safe. How did you literally did just come off of a show. How did it go?
It was cool. Yeah, it was fun. This is the first double header gig I've done like this, so it's cool.
Well, I know that you know you're a triple threat on guitar, keys, and vocals here, but we're gonna limit you to the guitar tonight. What are you performing for us?
I'm gonna play two songs. Is that cool?
Sure.
The first song is a song I released about 2 years ago, and it's a song that I wrote as a dedication to a friend of mine who sadly passed away. And they were someone who I was very close with at University of Miami. And I wrote it while I was in New York as just a dedication to them. The song is called Ray.
Oh man, yeah.
Let me just check something. I'm waiting for the ambulance to stop to pass. I'm in New York, so.
For what it's worth, we can't hear it, and it unfortunately may not be the last one. But
you're right. All right. Hey. I know that it seems overdue. There's so much left I have to say to you. Even if what we had is through. There's so much left I have to say to you. Because how I feel. When you're gone, it feels so real. You and me in the palm of your hand. I wish I could try to make you understand. I would say, Ray, I wish I had the words to tell you how I feel tonight. Ray, I wish I could tell you that you make my world feel so bright. Oh, Ray, yeah, I wish I could tell you all the things you mean to me. Ray, I want you to come back home, keep me some company. 3 a.m. calls out of the blue. But I don't mind, I want to talk to you. There's nothing I'm trying to do. Song and just dance with you. Yeah, because how I feel, how I feel. gone, it feels so real, yeah. So you and me in the palm of your hand. I wish I could try to make you understand and not say rain. I wish I had the words to tell you how I feel tonight. Rain, oh, I wish I could tell you that you make my world feel so bright. Oh, rain, I wish I could tell you all the things you mean to me. Rain, I want you to come back home and keep me some company. Because it's been too long. I said it's been too long. It's been too long since I talked to you. Oh, it's been too long since I heard from you. It's been too long, it's been too long. Yeah. Said it's been too long, yeah, yeah. I know that this seems overdue. There's so much left I have to say to you.
Oh,
Beautiful.
Nicely done.
Yeah, John.
Thanks, guys.
That was awesome.
Oh man, that one hit me right in the feels.
Oh, thanks, man.
And that is a beautifully painful reminder of just how much music can connect all of us.
Thank you, man.
I've heard that song. I've heard you sing that song. I remember when all of that happened, and it is as I mean, I have goosebumps in my entire body right now. It is just as real and honest and authentic, and to hear you and watch you perform it right now really means a lot. And thank you.
Thank you, man. That means a lot coming from you.
Yeah, man. I don't have any more words. What else are you gonna play?
All right. Something, I'm gonna lift the spirits a little bit with this. This is a song that was very much inspired by when I first moved to New York about 6 years ago. I basically graduated from went back to Chicago, produced some music, and then moved here and lived on my buddy's couch. Emmett Cohen, our brother. I lived on his couch for a solid 4 months before finding my place, and I was playing a lot of weddings. And there was this one wedding where I was dealing with just really intense clients, and the bride was a bit of a bridezilla, and the band had just played like for such a long time, and we were exhausted, but we just needed to eat. Like, we hadn't eaten, and we were eating dinner, and she came into the room, and she was just like, "What are you doing? What is the band doing? Where's the music?" And like, we were like playing music, like we had like a high energy playlist DJ playing. She's like, "I want the band to play right now." And I remember saying like, "Listen, it's gonna be okay. We're gonna go in there after we eat this, whatever we're eating right now, these cold cuts, and we're gonna, you know, she's gonna sing for you. He's gonna sing for you. I'm gonna sing to you. Just let me like have this time, and then I'm gonna sing to you." And this song is called "Sing to You," and it's just about making people feel good through it.
There's a lot of familiar, painful smiles amongst your fellow musicians here.
Oh yeah.
I breathe you in without fail. Then I think twice before I exhale. But you're not my kid. You tell me you wanna be free. Oh, you wanna keep it nice. You wanna keep it low key. Oh, but it don't bring me down. Hey, just try to understand me. Won't you come a little closer and let me whisper to you? And I'ma say you don't have to worry about a single thing. Just let me sing to you. Oh, yeah. No, you don't have to worry about a single thing. Just let me sing to you. Oh, you're the type who throw my hopes away. You would like to say me up, to break me up night and day. You can do what you like. I'm trying to be your one and only. I'm just trying to make you feel good. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. Oh, but don't bring me down. Just try to understand me. Now won't you come a little closer and let me whisper to you? And I'ma say you don't have to worry about a single thing. Let me sing to you. Oh, yeah. I say you don't have to worry about a single thing. Let me sing to you. Oh, say you don't have to worry about a single thing. Let me sing to you. Yeah. Say you don't have to worry about a single thing. Just let me sing to you. Yeah. I say you don't have to worry about a single thing. Just let me sing to you. Da, 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 da. I say you don't have to worry about a single thing. Just let me sing to you. Da, 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 da. I say you don't have to worry about a single thing. Just let me sing to you.
Yeah, man.
Wow. Thank you.
And we are getting an overwhelming amount of comments about the bride right now.
I'm mainly thanking her though for giving you a hard time.
Yeah. I'm more concerned if I'm the groom in that situation and you come and you sing that song into my new wife's eyes. I'm like, better be really confident in that marriage. Man.
I sang that to her. I wrote
If
it
she
right
was,
then and there. And
well, if she was still nasty to you, I don't know what to say, man. I already made a comment about that in the thread.
Yeah.
Man, thank you so much. It is.
Man, thanks so much for having me, man.
It's great to see you, and honestly, hearing Ray again was highlight of my night, man. Just.
Oh man, that means a lot. Seriously, man, it's great to see you too. I'm glad you're doing such amazing things. I'm glad Phil, Andrew, all you guys are doing such amazing work. Tim, great to see you, man. I haven't seen you in years. It's great to hear you from.
I know. I was just gonna say the same thing. So good to see you, and you bringing up Emmett in those days was yeah. I remember them well.
Yeah.
Sound beautiful, man. Sound beautiful.
Thanks, man. Likewise.
So much UM love in the house, y'all. So much UM love in the house. I love it. Man, our next act is no deviation from that. A fellow doctor of mine from actually 3 doctors tonight. Dr. Tim Jago, Dr. Chad Bernstein, Dr. Russ Spiegel now in the house. How you doing, Russ?
I'm doing good, Chad. Good to hear everybody. My God, I've heard some amazing guitar music, amazing songs.
Yeah, man. And I know that you've been working with a lot of your students and giving a lot of them private lessons outside of the session time. And I just recorded another big band song of yours that I can't wait to hear. And if you all have not checked out Russ's first quarantine big band recording, it's really incredible that he put it all together. But man, what are you performing for us tonight?
Well, I was trying to figure out what would work for me in this circumstance, because I usually work in ensembles, as you know, but I figured it'd be fun to do something from the jazz repertoire, but something a little more, maybe a little more accessible. And I love Thelonious Monk, and if anybody hasn't checked him out yet, his music is very accessible. There's people play his music, everything from reggae to ska to there's one Thelonious Moog, Thelonious Funk. There's a beer named after him. He's really been influential in the music, and it's even though it's jazz, it's very accessible, and I really love his music. So I figured I'd do a version of Blue Monk.
Awesome, man.
So right to it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, Russ.
Russ?
Come on, man.
Blues.
Yeah.
Man, Monk is one of my absolute all-time favorite artists of any, medium, any artistic medium. To be that much of an iconoclast in, in a field where they're virtuosic, talented people, to stand out that much as a artist is really just truly incredible. And his music stands the test of time and interpretation, and it's such an incredible. It's incredible to be reminded of that. Thank you.
My pleasure.
And you sound great, man. When can we expect the next big band project to come out? Or where can people find the first one?
First one's on YouTube. Just look for Up the Creek and Russ Spiegel Virtual Big Band. And the next one featuring Chad amongst musicians from all over the world again. We have musicians from Germany. Trying to think where else we have them. But Germany, Chicago, New York, of course, Miami, all over the place. And actually the next one, I just basically am finishing the mix now. And then comes the fun part of putting the video together. But expect it by the end of this week or the beginning of next week.
Awesome. Man, I want to shout out a handful of people that are tuned in right now. Ann Garcia, Nico, Ari, Scott, and Sue Jacobson, Kathy Gordon. Thank you guys for joining us. We have a special request from Julie for John to play her wedding, which may or may not involve one of our staff as well. Phil, you've been implicated in this. But I wanna shout out our next performer, St. James. What's up, brother?
All good, all good. Can you hear me?
We can. So James is a man of many talents, engineer, poet, writer, and one of the most incredible sources of education and inspiration for me in social justice and equity work, in the political world, and just always provocative and engaging and forcing conversation to be had in a really healthy way that moves us all forward. And I appreciate you for that, man.
Thank you, Chad.
How you doing?
Speaking of provocative, I want to normalize being honest to that question. You know what I mean?
Sure.
These past 2 hours have been beautiful, yo. I mean, these performances have just given me life. But to be honest with you, I went to sleep last night one way and woke up a different way. I went to, last night, practiced the song, had a certain thing in mind of how I go about this this evening. And then just woke up to some terrible news, and it's like this again, and it's like...
Yeah.
So, I mean, I want to talk about the two different... I want to talk about the different experiences that are often lived in this country, right? And in a lot of ways, it's really what makes this country so beautiful. So many different people with so much different experiences, right? But oftentimes the wall between experiences that doesn't allow people to experience each other or see what other people are going through.
Have empathy, yeah.
I mean, I just woke up this morning to another black man being killed by police. And the video of his death and pictures of his death being all online. And I mean, yeah, you mentioned I do social justice work. I've been doing this work for since Trayvon Martin and even before, so 7-8 years now. We've had the Black Lives Matter movement. We've had the first black president. And in 2020, to still be waking up to this BS is kind of beyond me, And sometimes it just gets beyond empathy. It gets beyond, it even gets beyond people understanding experiences. It gets to the point of when are we going to have a shared and a collective experience of saying enough is enough, and we're just not going to allow this stuff to keep just happening.
one of the things I really appreciate you for is your ability to make space for allies in that work and bring people along for that, and allow people to share in a perspective of that experience that they wouldn't necessarily have, and that not everybody has the patience to invite people into. And I'm a better person for it, and I appreciate you for it, man. What are you performing for us today?
Oh, well, today I am going to perform, I'm going to perform Gutterfly, which is a song, which I think fits perfectly with Guitars Over Guns because it is a provocative but anti-violent song. It is the song, I'm gonna choose not to censor myself in the song. I was trying to figure that out last night, but this morning I just made that decision. But the song speaks a lot about things going on, but it's specifically anti-violence. We are Guitars Over Guns, but it speaks about violence from a different perspective, from a different lived experience, right? We all know about street violence. We all know about the nightmare of schools getting shot up. But what only one specific part of this country experiences is state violence, right? Police violence, prison violence, economic violence. Honestly, that's a real kind of violence. So I guess this is what this song's about. So I'm going to stop blabbing and play.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, for sure. All right. I am the gutter fly, and in the dark I ought to cry. It's 'cause from the gutter I've seen the blood drip like raindrops. The pain stops when them slugs hit. But while I fly high above this thug shit, I can see the poetic injustice of a crippled kid getting up to kick the bucket with a militant mentality that mockingly said fuck it, 'cause none are innocent and actually they can't be trusted. So fuck it, hate it, to love it. This is the gutter where I come from. I make my exodus through the jaws of the gun. And the gutterfly sings, no justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice. I said, this is the gutter where I come from. Only way out through the barrel of a gun. Float through the ghetto slums, turn them into battlefields. Souls see the devil in rum, but can't escape the mass appeal. A power in the palm of a poor man's hand. Again, a poor man stand on a crutch made crooked by the weight of the world. Hold steady, don't lose it, don't shoot it, 'cause I'm ruthless when I do this. Target through the darkness, the hardest of these three. Spill blood, 'cause it seems to will the dark. To be free, denied the part out of your heart and into the mind of a youngster. Embrace the stable structure, tell them we ain't got time to wonder. While the numbers of your home causes hunger to the bone before they stop, I swear to God, I'm more thunder from the throne. And the gutterfly sings, no justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice. So many gone, but not forgotten. And it's going on through long precaution. We not alone, with God we marching. So bring it on, it's on and popping. Locking down the blocking now. The shots ring out, it's shocking how. After the lies, leave everyone wondering they'd capitalize on capital punishment. Yeah, the government supplements the love with them for suffering. They come from abundance to take from the youngins who ain't got nothing. Ain't that something? We all done got accustomed to the lack of opportunity in the black community. That's why they had to shoot us free before they passed the puberty. But just like the mockingbird, you hardly heard her sing. Killed by the common herd, 'cause she the first to bring a righteous redemption, reparation for your soul. When the gag goes click like I give it all back to the people. play on for Trayvon and get on down for Big Michael Brown. And monsters, them killed Diana and Eric Garner. God bless the mamas of the little black boy and the little black girl and the brown ones too, all around the world. Now what are they gonna do when they come for you and you and you and me too?
Thank you, James.
Say James.
Hey, James.
Thank you.
James.
Thank you, man.
My pleasure. Just like to mention before I sign off completely that I think it was Nina Simone that said that it's kind of every artist's
ability.
Yeah, it's every artist's duty because they're kind of obligated to their times to reflect the times that they're living in. Tim Jago played a beautiful Jimi Hendrix rendition, and Jimi Hendrix once said that the Voodoo Child is the Black Panthers' national anthem. I think that was Ken that was playing Blackbird, I think that was.
Right.
I don't know if you guys know it, but Paul McCartney said in a later interview that he wrote that song after he heard of Martin Luther King's death, and that was to honor him. So it's something that I'm just proud, so proud to be working with Guitars Over Guns and continuing in the tradition of artists that are heavily involved in the community and just artists that give a damn. So thank you.
Man. I think it can't be overstated the importance of the role of music in expressing lived experience and calling to attention things that we can't otherwise civilly have conversations over. But if we put a piece of music out there that causes people to start a conversation that they wouldn't otherwise engage in, then we have done something positive for the world. And, I think, I appreciate what I know was a lot of thought that went into like how to censor that song because of our audience and our kids and all of that. But I also appreciate you being genuine to who you are and to what that song is, because that's important, man. And it's not for the sake of anything other than, well, for the sake of a lot. I think you said it best, quoting Nina Simone, that it is our responsibility as artists to reflect our experience and our times. So thank you, man. I want to just honor that.
Thank you. Many blessings, y'all.
Yeah. I think we have time for one more. And I know Rachel has another song that I'm dying to hear, and I know she's dying to play. And then we're going to have, we'll carry this on into an after party on Zoom if anyone is interested. Two things for the Facebook community. One, if you have not guessed the number of guitar mentors that are currently working with students, drop your guess. Closest answer will be shipped a t-shirt this week. And as somewhat of a hint, there's about 100 musicians working for Guitars Over Guns in some capacity, and somewhere in the order of 60 to 70 that are currently active with students right now. And so give your best guess on Facebook for how many guitarists are of those mentors that are mentoring students on guitar. And we'll have a fun little contest, and nobody's guessed the correct answer yet. But also, if you're interested in hopping into an after party where we will, toast each other, sing some more songs, play some more songs, have conversation about some of the songs that were performed, please send us a note on Facebook and we will send you that link. Rachel.
Hey.
What's going on? How you feeling?
Good. That was so amazing, St. James. I love that song. If there's a recording of it, I'd love to listen to it again. So please let us know. I really enjoyed that.
You should hear his poetry as well. I don't know if he bounced out.
I would love to.
It was a full mic drop moment. I think he pieced out. But I hope he didn't, because he is honestly one of the most interesting people to talk to, and I always gain so much from conversation with him. So Rachel, what are you performing for us this second?
So the next song I'm gonna play, it's actually on Spotify if you just search Rachel Angel, and it's called In Low. I wrote it when I was living in New York. I moved down to Miami about a little more than a year ago. So this is In Love. Can't you see I'm in love? On my way back home, and all the miles I did race when you came that way. And up without you, admit all I did was spew and carried you up the avenue. Can't you see that I'm loved? And I'm working on hearts that I did break, and lonely days. Yeah, you got me, talk me up with all that charm, but I know better when I'm in love. And how you doing, I'll never know. When you won't pick up my phone, and I'm going crazy 'cause my baby won't budge. He wanted all of my love, but I left him slowly out on that same avenue.
Nice.
Yeah.
So good, Rachel.
Thank you.
Awesome.
One's called In Low.
I often, before I catch on to lyrics, just allow like the sound to really be the thing that captures me. And I had this like incredible imagery of the ocean, like the sound of the ocean when I was hearing you sing.
Nice.
Like,
I love that.
like what's that? Oh, that's Rachel's voice. Cool.
Very cool. Thank you.
Sounds amazing. Totally amazing. I want to make sure to thank our all the people that make this possible. The AO Insight and Adriana Oliva, who's all of our communications and our storytelling, taking all the magic of the organization and putting it out into the public and telling our story. Thank you, Adriana. I want to thank all of our mentors for participating. I want to thank you all for listening and tuning in. I want to thank our guests, Ken and John. Thank you for gracing our Zoom room here and joining our mentors. You've all contributed so much. And thanks to the mentors, not only that performed tonight, but also that are working with our students on a daily basis. We appreciate you beyond measure. If you haven't kind of requested an invite to the Zoom party and you'd like to, please do so on the Facebook page. Obviously, if you're already in the Zoom room, you're good to go. I think that's it. Am I forgetting anyone? Oh, want to announce Vinya is the closest on the guitar mentors. She guessed 20. We actually have 13, 15, 13, I think. I have to go back and check, but Vinny was the closest. 14. I had it surrounded. Jelly bean rolls. But thank you so much. I'm hoping that there was not some insider trading going on there with Russ, but we're going to go on the honor system here. Save the date, y'all, for June 3rd at 7 p.m. is going to be our very first virtual student showcase. We will be featuring all students from the organization. You don't want to miss this. It'll be right here on Facebook Live. And then starting on June 25th, we'll be going live every other Thursday with a lineup of themes. And all, like tonight was a guitar theme. They won't be instrument themes per se. One night will be a Beatles night. One night will be, maybe some era disco night or something. Who knows? We'll have a costume party for sure. Don't worry. I know you're all thinking it. But there'll be plenty of special guests and fun surprises. You can find out more at guitarsoverguns.org or follow us on social media at guitarsoverguns. Special thank you goes out to my family, many of who tuned in tonight. So thank you all. We appreciate you. You can always support Guitars Over Guns. We are obviously always accepting donations and appreciate all of you that donated to the Mental Relief Fund. But this experience was really about sharing the power of music with the world in the way that we can right now, and how healthy it is to come into spaces where we feel like we can be heard, we can be seen, and we can connect with people. And in this bizarre time when we can't do that physically, it's been really amazing and inspiring and an honor to work with so many individuals that can create that feeling in a Zoom room and on Facebook Live and all of that. So thank you all for joining us. Thank you to the PESF family. It's a real honor to have you here and to carry on Yossi's legacy in some way through this, as well as all of the other individuals that we are remembering tonight. So thank you all. Love you all. Good night. And stick around and join us in the Zoom room for a beverage and some stories.